A logical day to all of you. Hello, everyone. How are you? A new beginning, a new week, and here we are with the reading of the first editorial of the Indian Express of May 15th. That is Bangalore message. Let's see what happened in Bangalore, what message this is giving us now, or what message can we extract from the happenings in Bangalore. Now, the Congress victory in Karnataka breaks the party's losing streak. After 2018, it lost all state elections except Himachal Pradesh. Nothing seemed to be going right for the party, even as the BJP notched serial successes. One win is not enough to turn around the story, but here comes the author's point. It is not enough. It is just the starting. So one win is not enough to turn around the story, but ahead of the grand face-off in 2024, the Karnataka scoreboard ensures that there is a lively twist in the opposition's script. For the Congress, this vote of confidence in a state where it boasts of a distinctive leadership and robust organization and a broad social coalition it can call its own, where its recent record in governance has insulated it from the withering that has afflicted it in the other states, will deservedly lift sagging spirits. Now, see, what we can understand till here is that the losing streak was going on. That means it was Congress was losing most of the elections in the state, right? And this is one win in Karnataka. Now, this win is only giving it a twist, right? Changing the course. It is not changing the complete scenario, right? Now, here it says that the vote of confidence in a state where it boasts of a distinctive leadership and robust organization. So we can understand robust would mean something that is strong and healthy, or something that is a positive word, right? Distinctive leadership ke saath aaye. A broad social coalition, it can call its own. That means it has made its own way. And its recent record in governance has insulated it. Insulated means protected or shielded it. उस पे असर नहीं पड़ेगा from the withering that has afflicted it in other states. Withering is drying up, right? So that is withering actually होता है जैसे फूल होता है तो it would wither away. The leaves would wither away, right? So that is drying up, and it has afflicted it in other states. It has been affected, right? It in other states will deservedly lift sagging spirits. Sagging would mean weakening, right? So where the energy is reduced, उसके spirits down होते जाएंगे, उसे sagging कहेंगे, क्योंकि जो down होता है उसी को फिर lift किया जा सकेगा, right? So it will deservedly lift the sagging spirits. It was also at the right place at the right time. Anti-incumbency had mounted against the unremarkable Basavaraj Bommai government and all of the BJP's last-minute Hindutva overplay, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi's electioneering blitzkrieg could not make it go away. Right? So this was what was happening in Karnataka, and to actually come back to the competition there, electioneering blitzkrieg हुआ था, ठीक है, which Narendra Modi carried out, Mr. Narendra Modi, Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So blitzkrieg would be something like a bombardment. बहुत ज़्यादा. See, blitzkrieg is a term in the management also, in the defense also, right? It is in the elections also, but the meaning will still be the same. A very frequent bombardment, maybe of the bombs in the defense area, of the questions in an interview, or of the advertisements, the frequency of the advertisements in the management field. So blitzkrieg is within a thin time span. You can actually come up with a very frequent, very large numbers of advertisement in that manner. Here he came up with the electioneering. तो उसे हम electioneering blitzkrieg बोलेंगे. It could not make it go away. So blitzkrieg is a German origin word. So what we have from the first paragraph, right? We can understand that one win is not enough. पहले ये वाले point कर लेते हैं. Second, this last minute, what BJP thought of doing last minute, this was not enough for it to get a win in the state, right? So now you can see that the author is coming up with indication of both the parties कि आखिर ये जो कुछ भी हुआ है, कांग्रेस आराम से मत बैठो, one win is not enough. BJP, you are absent from the state, so even this last minute electioneering blitzkrieg is not going to help you or did not help you. So it is actually targeting both. Now, with the third force, the JDS, not fully holding up in the end, the Congress was the gainer. And yet, it was more than just that. अब उसे वो एनालाइज करें कि आखिर हुआ क्या है इससे ज्यादा कुछ. The Congress's unambiguous victory shows that when the party rouses itself on the ground and its leaders rally together for the fight, as opposed to simply blaming the people or merely waiting for the opponent's supposedly inevitable decline, it can still win. That means अगर करने पे आते हैं तो हम करके दिखाएंगे. So in this sense, it was more than just that. So if the Congress wanted to do it, right, if it rouses itself, it can still win. एक ये point आ गई, you can see how it is created. Right? Combine these three words and you will get the major point here. Now to the victor, the Karnataka outcome drives home an important message. Drives home means makes him understand. What is that message? The onus of victory is on it. Onus of victory is on it means तुम्हारे ही हाथ में तुम्हारी victory है. In the same way, the onus of you all getting or coming to the topmost NLUs is in your own hands. Right? So ये हमारे हाथ में ही होता है हम कितनी मेहनत करते हैं और फिर हमें क्या मिलता है. So do not rely on anything else. Do only rely on yourself. You need to come up with work in that direction, which is going to give you the best results. So the onus of victory is on it. So for the BJP too, there are lessons writ large on the Karnataka wall. First, it must account for the blank space in the voter imagination where the state government should have been. Right? The state government should have been there. but वहां पे नहीं थे, तो blank space था. By all accounts, the Basavaraj Bommai government was either absent or registered a negative presence in the life of the people. So anti-incumbency is not an iron law, not a very strong thing. Of political nature, several governments, including those led by the BJP, have returned to power in recent times. So it is not an iron law. Actually, iron law होता है oligarchy में. ठीक है, अगर हम इसके बारे में पढ़ेंगे तो iron law is about oligarchy. This or iron law as an idiom could be understood that it is not something that is engraved in ऑन स्टोन. ठीक है, ऐसे पत्थरों पे लिखा हुआ हो ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है. जो एक बार हार जाती है पार्टी वो दूसरी बार अपनी मेहनत से आ भी सकती है. इट कैन रिटर्न टू पावर also. So now if you come to the major point here, it is Congress, if it rouses itself, it can win. Why? Because the onus of victory is on it only. So what was lacking here? Now this paragraph is giving you the lesson one to the Congress and lesson two to BJP. उसे क्या समझना है, क्या सीखना है, ये बता रहे हैं. और फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ में क्या था? कांग्रेस, if you are winning, a single win is not enough. Right? And then BJP, see where you were. लास्ट मिनट इंजीनियरिंग, इलेक्शनियरिंग. लास्ट मिनट काम नहीं चलेगा तो मेहनत तो करनी पड़ेगी. ठीक है, तो ये पहले पैराग्राफ का पॉइंट था, ये दूसरे पैराग्राफ का पॉइंट है, लेसन्स दैट दे गेट. नाउ थर्ड पैरा. In Karnataka, anti-incumbency has made of issues that were real and throbbing. The Bommai government was seen to have taken corruption to new levels, and it was perceived as a non-starter on other issues of public concern, such as price rise and creation of jobs. Right? So it did not tackle these problems. BJP may have hoped that while it tried to remake its state unit in the mold of the central party, it would fill in the blanks by wielding Hindutva and unleashing the campaign of PM Modi, both calculations hit a wall. The first, because of BJP's homogenizing project, stumbled over diversities on the Karnataka ground and could not flatten its vivid and deeply entrenched local cultures dominated by caste. Right? So now this was one mistake that, according to the author, the passage, the BJP has done. It wanted to homogenize, it wanted to bring about the same techniques or methods that it had adopted in the other BJP states, right? They tried to do the same thing here also, but then it backfired in the way that it hit a wall. कि आगे नहीं हुआ, आगे कुछ as a result or consequence, nothing much came up. Why? The author is also giving a reason of it could not flatten its vivid and deeply entrenched local cultures dominated by caste. So there is much focus was on the caste in the state, in the Karnataka state, right? So this did not work out. Second, because PM Modi only seemed to help strengthen the BJP where it was already strong in other areas, he was not enough, right? So it tried to strengthen itself only in the areas where it was already strong. So now understand the author is coming up with an analysis of what went on there in the Karnataka elections. What they did earlier, what they are doing now, and what after the result will be the implications, वो बता रहे हैं. तो हम इसको analysis समझ सकते हैं, right? So analytical style कर सकते हैं हम इसको. Why? Because he's giving the pros and cons and he's also mentioning both the parties here. So he's not a biased person. ठीक है दोनों पार्टीज को क्या है सीखने का इसमें से वो ये बता रहा है तो ही इज ट्राइंग टू हेल्प द पीपल अंडरस्टैंड और सी व्हाट happened and how it happened and what would be the further outcomes or fallouts of it. So this is what PM Modi did. Only seemed to help strengthen the BJP where it was already strong in other areas. He was not enough. So he could not bridge the distance in yet other places between support for the central government and apathy or antipathy towards the state BJP. Right. So if the people are focusing on the central government, they want the BJP there on the central government. But then in the state government, what will happen? तो इन दोनों में जो डिफरेंस था बीजेपी सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट में और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट में the BJP was unable to bridge that difference. And apathy is indifference, and antipathy, we know it is something that is like opposition or being aggressive or hostility. इसके हमने बहुत सारे words किए हैं in our vocab classes also. We've done many words for antipathy. So the 2024 contest has just acquired a new frisson of unpredictability in a democracy. That is good news. The Karnataka verdict is a vote against hubris and complacency. The BJP must look again at its template, its fit or lack of fit with local topographies. That means its template would be like what its method is, right? So same methodology being applied in all the states. हो सकता है किसी state में वो fit ना हो. So the party will have to customize its methodology, right? That is what he's saying, that the BJP must look again at its template, its fit or lack of it with local topographies. And the Congress must know that Karnataka victory need not mean that the tide has turned. It needs to build on the work it has done. So in the end also, the author is coming up with a suggestion or an advice to both the BJP as well as the Congress. तो पूरे पैसेज में वो दोनों को साथ में लेके चल रहे हैं. फर्स्ट कांग्रेस ने क्या किया, उसने मेहनत की. सेकंड मतलब उसी पैराग्राफ में बीजेपी ने क्या किया, लास्ट मिनट इलेक्शनियरिंग ब्लिट्सक्रीग. ठीक है. सेकंड पैराग्राफ में it came up with lesson 1, what the Congress should learn, that see Congress can rouse itself. Why? Because the onus is with you only, right? And what the BJP should do, the BJP should actually see where it was not present, so it needs to work there. Second paragraph also, third paragraph also, it came up with the same price. that they did not focus on the important issues related to the public concern, but then they started homogenizing the project, right? And because this was the same method that was followed in the other states also, it did not work out here. So now a lesson to be learned by the BJP would be that it needs to review what it has done, right? And change the template, you can say, whether it is fitting according to the local topographies or it is not, तो उसके हिसाब से फिर कस्टमाइज हो जाना चाहिए. कांग्रेस के लिए एक और वार्निंग समझ सकते हैं कि सी दिस इज नॉट द लास्ट थिंग और दिस इज नॉट टू बी मिसअंडरस्टूड एज दो द टाइड हैज टर्न्ड, कि अब तो चलो विन है तो आगे हम सब विन कर लेंगे, ऐसा नहीं है. इट हैज टू मेक इट्स रूट, इट हैज टू बिल्ड ऑन इट्स वर्क, right? So a parting advice to both the parties. This was what the author said. So the main ideas will be when the Congress works hard on the ground, it can win. ठीक है, ये हो गया कि अगर वो मेहनत करेगी तो जीत सकते हैं. And for the BJP, PM can't make up for an absent government. इसका मतलब अगर गवर्नमेंट वहां से गायब है, ठीक है, so it has, the PM will not be able to make it up. Right. So if the government is missing from the state, स्टेट में नहीं है अगर गवर्नमेंट, तो सिर्फ पीएम मोदी आके अगर कुछ करेंगे कुछ समय के लिए, अगर कैंपेनिंग करेंगे, तो दिस इज नॉट गोइंग टू वर्क अकॉर्डिंग टू द स्टेट देन, राइट? द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट हैज टू बी देयर, नो? सो इट वाज एब्सेंट, और वो एब्सेंस की वजह से और जेडीएस ने अच्छे से काम नहीं किया, उसकी वजह से फिर कांग्रेस के पास स्टेट चला गया, राइट? Come on, let us see the words now. So robust, we have done the word. Robor is strong, right? Robor as a root word is strong. So strong, healthy, vigorous, energetic. Afflicted is stricken, aggrieved, distressed. Even this word we have done in say about 10 to 15 days back. ठीक है, where I had given you the word, if you remember, inflicted pain होता है और एक afflicted by something होता है, right? Afflicted by something but inflicted pain on somebody. ठीक है, तो इन्फ्लिक्ट यानी किसी को चोट पहुंचाना, और अफ्लिक्टेड यानी हमें कुछ हुआ और हम उसे सह रहे हैं, तो सफरिंग होता है. अफ्लिक्टेड इज यू आर सफरिंग फ्रॉम, ठीक है. सो यू आर अग्रीव्ड, ग्रीव वर्ड आ जाता है इसमें, और स्ट्रिकन. Blitzkrieg, I have written the simple word bombarded, but then you can understand it why I gave you the discussion of it. तो Blitzkrieg क्या होता है? एक intense frequency, right? The frequency is very high of things or actions, जो भी हो, frequency high होती है, time period कम होता है. Unambiguous is no doubt about something. Inevitable, foreseeable, predictable. Inevitable is something that cannot be avoided. Now, cannot be avoided would mean what? It is sure to happen. Sure to happen है तो foreseeable, predictable. Incumbency is the term or the tenure there. The person who is there, the position holder who is there, उसे incumbent बोलेंगे. Frisson is the tremor, the tremble, the shudder, the shiver. ठीक है, shake करना से easy word है shake. Complacent is to become a smug, self-satisfied person. वो complacent हो जाता है. तुम्हें अगर उसमें आते हैं in a mock test also, if you get enough good scores then you become complacent, you do not go for an extra mile then, right? So then that is, you have become a smug. वो मत होने देना, don't be content with your work. An iron law is eventually and inevitably that is going to happen, right? Then vivid would be vibrant, gaudy, brilliant. Vivid, you can understand that viv is life. So something that is full of life will be lively, vivid. Usually this is to do with the colors also. So it is colorful, flamboyant. vivid. And because it is flamboyant, it becomes gaudy, right? Entrenched, you can understand it. Get entrenched is ingrained, embedded, or what do you say? Entrenched in our minds, something that is deep rooted. It is entrenched in our mind, entrenched in our habits, entrenched in the societies, and then you can say that this is deep rooted or deeply ingrained. That's all for today. So, have a logical week ahead and stay logical. And of course, keep viewing these articles, these editorials daily. So, that's all for today. Have a logical day ahead.